everybody. Another episode, High Off the Glass, a.k.a. Rona Chronicles. Y'all see what it is? We in the Rona Studios, Coach in the house. He rolling up like he usually do. Man, I'm telling you, Twitter is a really special place. It's a really great place. And you can meet some people on there that are like-minded like yourself and that are on the move and thinking literally the same way you think. And I think I met, two brothers that are on that right now. Matter of fact, and I'm going to know by the time we finish this conversation today, the way I rap with them online, I think they on the same wavelength I am. We got BF, Adam in the house. What's up, bro? How you living, dog?
Well, it's Alex, A-L-E-X.
I'm sorry. Alex, also known as BF. He's a Bears fan. I don't know why, but what up, BF?
What is happening, gentlemen? Thank you for having us and inviting us on this, and I'm looking forward to a great time. Tokyo, I see your stinking ass as usual is here, so that's what's up. Just like another day at work.
I'm saying, man, we got to get it in.
Yo, another major guest that we have today. We are blessed. We have both of these gentlemen. Tokyo Jameson is in the house, host of Shout Out Your Podcast, bro.
Yo, man, I'm Tokyo Jameson, host of the Tokyo Smoke Show with BF McMahon, the mailman, baby. That's
right.
That's what we do, smoking every damn day.
Every day.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of what we on. I totally get that. BF mailman, you ain't tell me all that, bro. You just told me Alex, you told me BF. That's it. You got more names?
Oh, well, he likes to bring up the fact that I am, in fact, basically a retired mailman, huh?
I call him BF McMahon the mailman. Let me tell you. All right, so y'all know Johnny Carson used to be that shit back in the day, right? So Johnny Carson had Ed McMahon. Like, when you think about late night talk shows, Johnny Carson was that motherfucker to set the stage for cats, right? So I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna come back and do this podcast right, I gotta have my Ed McMahon. So BF McMahon, that's where that came from. And because I put that mailman on there because he always delivers. He always delivers, baby.
Like Karl Malone on whack ass.
Hey, I like Karl Malone. That's why people always hate on him, but the guy is a Hall of Famer.
Do you know about his off the court shit?
No, I don't get into that. I only judge by the on the court stuff.
Yeah, if you knew the off the court, you would get it. And plus, he was low key dirty too. The mailman was the shit, but Karl Malone was low key dirty.
Well, that's true, yeah.
Man, let's go into it. He's a fucking child molester. He was 20 years old. 20 years old, having a baby with a girl that was 12.
Well, that's how Coach do, y'all. Coach, he uses no Vaseline. He just goes right the fucking hardcore, yeah.
All right, so look, real world shit now. You done changed the game for me. You done told me something. Look, I don't watch sports no more. I haven't watched a single game in over 2 years, but I still had love for the game that I watched when I was younger. So I had love for the mailman, and now you tell me that I can't separate that from his game now. So now I can't love that man no more. Like, I had mad love for the mailman back in the day. I love playing with the Utah Jazz on whatever game I was playing because I had Stockton with like 25 assists because Karl Malone could shoot the J. But nah, man, I can't fuck with the mailman no more.
It's
that ain't right.
It's really fucked up. I'm sorry. I was kind of sorry that this, y'all had to see one of y'all little heroes kind of crumble. But yeah, if you Google that Tokyo, that dude's got some fucked up shit going on. Like,
knowledge. Well, hey, no, that's all right. Don't be sorry about that, because that's better. I'd rather know than not know.
That's the thing. I wouldn't have known had y'all not said it. I would not have known had y'all not said it because I ain't looking that motherfucker up.
Yeah, that exactly. I don't, like I said, I don't go that way. But for sure, yeah.
See this though, the girl's family, they decided they weren't gonna say anything because they knew he was gonna be he was coming off his sophomore year. They knew he was gonna be a lottery pick or some shit. You already know. I'm sure you guys already know about Cheryl Ford, played in the WNBA. That was his daughter. This love child with the baby, with the girl who's 12. This guy's in the NFL now. He plays for the Eagles. He's a
It's true. He's got a kid.
Wow.
Cheryl
Man,
Ford.
that guy did deliver, huh?
For years, Cheryl Ford really never even had a relationship with Carl.
That I didn't know about that. You
I
sure
didn't
about
know
that?
that was. I didn't know that was his damn daughter. Damn.
We blow minds on High Off the Glass, bro. That's
Like
what we do.
Google.
I'm gonna light up another blunt to that one. God damn.
Yeah, right. Here's my question to you, though, Tokyo. You said a second ago that, when you jumped back into the podcast game, you wanted to do it right, and you were blessed to have somebody like BF on your side. What was it before with you in podcasts? Like, how long you been doing that?
I've been in the podcasting game since 2012. 8 years ago, started with a show called Blow the Whistle Sports Talk. And we started off really hot, man. We had a restaurant here in North Carolina that would have us come out every Tuesday to do a 2-hour sports show. And it was with myself and a gentleman named L.A. Broadus. And we did that for about a year, man. And mental health being what it was, like I'm manic depressive. So whenever I get in my lows, my first thought is always just to shut it down, because there's so much stuff as a black man that I don't have control over. So the one thing that I do have control over is whether or not I'm entertaining people. So if I'm low, then I'll be damned if I'm gonna go out of my way to make anybody else feel better than what they do. So what I was doing was just shutting stuff down. And I came into 2020, I said, look, I talked to my wife, I said, all right, baby, 2020 gonna be it for me. I wanna find out who I am as a person. And Tokyo Jameson is the person that I wanna be. So 2020 came, I said I wanted to do stand-up. January, I did a stand-up set. I said I wanted to go and do an open mic night and sing in front of people. I went and I did that. Started this Twitter back up. Only had a couple followers, like maybe 100 followers, And then I started hitting up with Memberville and IMGDC, and that blew up. So the smoke show, I was like, look, all I really want to do with this whole Corona shit is be able to chill with people, because we can't do that right now. So when I had the idea for the show, it was just so that I can connect with cats and smoke and then be able to put the content out there. But something happened, like a baby was born, and now the smoke show is just taking off. Y'all can see, like, I'll show y'all the stuff behind me, like, it's really taking off, man. Like, I got people doing logo work for me. I got people taking my picture and turning it into artwork. Like, people fuck with me now, man. I love that.
What's your following on it? How many followers you got?
Right now, like I said, in March, on my birthday, I had 250 followers. And as of today, I have 2,675, I think.
That's followers of the show or followers of you?
That's followers of me. As far as the show is concerned, and again, our first episode was with a gentleman named Jay Gold out of Chi-Town on 420. So we've been doing the show now for just a little bit over a month, and we're at 38,490 views.
Damn. Go ahead, fam. Shit.
Yeah, we're doing well.
What do you attribute your early success to?
It's a smoke. It's a smoke. I think that when if you listen to our show, you have to understand we talk about real shit. I mean, because we've had people come on the show and drop bombs on us, telling us stuff that we didn't expect. We had one cat come on, one of the Three Toed Divas, and we're sitting there having a conversation, and this motherfucker just drops a bomb on me, telling me he's only got 5 years left to live. And then I got another smoke where I'm sitting there having a smoke where I'm talking to this business owner, and she's telling me a story about what made her start her business. And her story is that she was sexually assaulted when she was in the military. Like, this is stuff that I don't expect to hear, but we get in real world stuff. And what people can understand whenever they hear the smoke show is it's going to be genuine. We got short shows, so if you want to have a quick smoke, you can listen to that. But then we also have shows that are 45 minutes, so you can just sit and vibe out and just laugh for a little bit, man. So we all about a good time, man, and I think people are recognizing that.
So how do you do it when you and BF are on there? You Zoom with them? Everything is online like this, or how do you?
So everything is online. We connect on Skype, and I honestly think that I need to holler at them cats at Skype and go ahead and get my residuals, because I've been hitting them up. But nah, man, I've got I connect with everybody on Skype. I make the phone call. We'll record it. And for those who are, you know, a little self-conscious and don't want to be on the video, we do not mind with them just doing a call. But I like smoking with people. I want it to be like we're in the room smoking together because I think it makes for a better connection, and I think it comes through in the audio, man.
I always prefer the way we used to do it when we would meet up at the Buddha basement in our studios. We would always smoke ahead of time. We would smoke ahead of time. We wouldn't smoke when we did the show. They didn't want us to smoke in the studio, but we always made sure to smoke ahead of time. So you're right. It's always better, you know, face to face, all that, you know.
Yeah.
I gotta give a huge major shout out to Global Day Commission, GDC. GDC is basically the organization that hooked me up with these two brothers right here, and I'm so happy to be a part of GDC and so happy to meet both of them. I want to just say thank you to everybody there, and especially God's Perfect Moron. That's my boy. Want to shout him out.
Definitely.
Y'all know what he do. Yeah, tell me about you, man. So what started you with podcasting? How long have you been on this mission? Like, I know you were sportsman.
I wasn't even supposed to be on this mission. I delivered mail for the last 20 years of my life. Raised my family doing that. And I never fucking liked it, but I did it because it pays well and the insurance and blah, blah, blah. But I never liked it. So anyways, fast forward to 2020 and this COVID shit, and my son was no longer going to be able to go to school. And somebody needs to watch him because he's special needs. He has autism. So my wife could not quit her job because her job was actually paying more than mine. And she's got a much better job. And she knew the fact that I hated my job. So she gave me her permission to be the one to have to quit and take care of my son. And since I had already 20 plus years, just over 20, then it made sense for me to be done. You know what I'm saying? I did that. The kids are a little bit grown up now. They're both teenagers. One of them's already graduated in college. And so I quit that. And I had been on Twitter since last year, but I only just followed like Chicago Bears stuff because that's what's up. You know. Anyways, and it wasn't until early 2020 and that I was home now more that I started following a few people that were in Memberville. So shout out to Memberville because I started following them and then they accepted me and my followers just went out through the roof. And now I'm a member of also GDC. Shout out to GDC because, you know, I'm all about the whole one thing. All of us. I fucking am not this, I'm not that. I'm all, it's just one, it's one for me.
Shout out to Memberville
so,
too. I follow some cat on Memberville. He just followed me. I messed with all of them. Damn right. It's all about. Yes, sir. That's
exactly. You know what I'm saying? If it's going to be real and if it's going to be about the one thing we say it is, then it has to be one. That's all. So anyways, I was following this guy and talk about Tokyo. And one day he was all fucking sad. So I just fucking hit him up.
Yeah.
Because he was all fucking sad. And I've been depressed. I've been fucking like in those places before. So I just reached out to him and we talked and we've clicked and it's like everything just falls into place as two dudes who've known each other for fucking ever because we have so many similar feelings and situations that we both have been in that life has thrown us. And it's actually fucking crazy that we've almost been living similar type of lives on the separate coasts. And once so I told him, hey, let me get down with you whenever I can because I'm down to meet these people too with you. And then he's like, well, no, bet, come on the show with me all the time. Like, just be on it with me and this and that. And then it just blew up.
What made you want to reach out to him when you seen that the brother was sad one day and was down? What made
Because he was a good dude. I followed this guy's shit and he was usually funny. He was usually up and he was usually fucking funny. And then one day he was really fucking sad. And I thought, I've been there before. I know what the fuck that shit's like. I've been down. I know what that's like. So I hit him up. I was like, no, and I just wanted to have a talk with him because I was like, dude, I know, like, this is a good dude. I've seen it. He's funny. And that day he was all fucked up, so I just reached out to him.
Right. That's what's up, man. And that spawned this. All right. I mean, that makes sense to me. How have things happened with you, BF, like with the family since you retired? Your wife is the only one working. You know, you holding down the house. How's the transition been? How's that going? How's the kids?
Oh, you know what? It has been fantastic for my mental health because I hurt my back say about 10 years ago. And yeah, about 10 years ago. And so after that, work just became more stressful because it was hit and miss. Like, because when you're doing the mailman gig, I would be good for a while and then I'd be out. And then being out, I was always fucking under the gun of management and this and that. But it wasn't my fault. I was hurt and it was an at work injury. You know what I'm saying? Um, so it sucked. And then being under the workers' comp, and workers' comp don't pay for shit. That's a constant battle. So when it came time to quit, it was for me, it's been a fucking relief. It has been so much nicer to just leave that chapter of my life behind, and then something like this goes and takes place, which has just been a blessing and a half. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I would have never saw that coming. I didn't see it coming. But it's been fucking incredible. It's been a great ride. Even like I tell them all the time, I don't care if we never do it again. It's been fucking awesome what we've done so far. I'm cool. But that you know, it's been good for us. And now, like I said, my wife works. My daughter works with my wife, and my son. I just take care of my son, and that's been nice because for the longest time I've worked days. He's gone to school. We haven't seen each other as much as we have like we do now every day, all day. So it has sucked. Everything about COVID-19 has sucked, but in my life there have been some small silver linings for sure.
Okay. What in Tokyo, I got this same question for you, so you know, you definitely can let me know. You seem like you have a love for cannabis like I do. Where did that start? How old were you the first time you smoked, and where did you get this love for marijuana?
The first time I say I smoked, really, I think I was 16 years old. I had just gotten some heavy news from one of my parental units, and one of my people hit me up and was like, "Yo, let's go hang out." So I smoked, and I got high that first time. So I hear some people say that they didn't, and I feel bad for them because my first high was great. Um, and then it was sporadic. Then after that, like while I was in college, I had friends who would occasionally hit me up, and then I think my senior year I started to get just a little bit more into it. Then I graduated, and it's crazy because when I graduated, I started working with the company and ended up ended up renting a townhouse with the assistant manager that I was working with. So I'm looking at him. I'm like, all right, this is my next in command. And he was a huge pothead. He's the one that got me really started smoking. So we would watch Sopranos every Sunday night.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We would get high as hell watching Tony Soprano do that dirt. So that was it. Then I again stopped for a while, come back to North Carolina after being in Florida for a while, met my current wife, and we've been together now for 10 years. And it's been every day pretty much for the last 3 years. My mental health got really bad in 2017. I tried to take my own life. And I realized that the medication that they had me on for my mental health wasn't great. So what I realized is, if you got me taking medication so that I don't kill myself and then I try and do it anyway, then something tells me that medication ain't for me. So cannabis has been the thing that keeps me level.
Right.
So I smoke every day, and it is expensive, but with the budget that we have, it's budgeted in that I'm going to try and get my hands on a zip, 1 zip a week. So we talking four zips a month. That can be quite expensive, but it's what is necessary for me. If I can't smoke, BF can attest to it. I'm bad. I mean, I'm really bad off. So yeah, I need that. And I'm talking CBDs, sativas, indicas. I'm all in it. I've gotten into the research. My wife and I actually have a wholesaler's business called Percipient Wellness, where we actually are able to sell CBD here in North Carolina. So that works out for us. We try and spread the positivity because there's too much negative stigma that goes along with cannabis. And I mean, even whenever I go to the doctor's office and they ask me, like what type of medicines I'm on, I don't feel bad saying cannabis. I'm proud of it because it's got me here. But some people can't hear it. Look, since I've been smoking cannabis every day, I've lost over 240 pounds.
You've what?
I've lost over 240 pounds. I've lost a fucking person.
Wow, that's different. That's
In
different.
2015 I was 605 pounds. And today, last time I was weighed was last week. I was 382. So
Wow, congratulations,
I'm
bro.
saying everything is working out. My mental health is like I still have bad days. I still have bad days. I had 2 bad days, 2 really, really, really bad days in the last 2 weeks. But my dude BF was there with me. My wife is always in my corner. My kids are gonna make me smile. So yeah, I'm Gooch.
I feel you. Damn. Well, that's a lot. One question I had with that, and I'm so sorry about the mental health issues that you deal with, because I totally understand that, because I have a form of that myself, and plus we don't talk about that enough in society,
Facts. Facts.
because we really don't. But when you were taking the pills, opioids and all that bullshit they were giving you, were you smoking at the same time, or were you just taking that shit?
I was just taking the pills. I was
Uh,
just taking the pills. There was no smoke then at that time because, and I even talked to my therapist about it because I was like, I'm thinking about getting back into cannabis then, and she's like, well, let's let the pills see what they're gonna do first. Find yourself a balance so that you know if it's the pills or if it's the cannabis. So I went into 2017 going strong, just taking the medicine. So from January 2017 through June 2017, it was nothing but the pills, and they played with my dosage going up and down, and you feel like a guinea pig. Some days you wake up, you take your medicine, and you're just like slumped over in the couch. And then other days, you can't take as much medicine because you're like, well, if I take all of it, I can't go to work. So like you have to make decisions, and it's not right. I feel for anybody who's going through that struggle right now of not wanting to take medicine because they don't like the way it makes them feel. I encourage them to try cannabis. And it doesn't mean you have to smoke it. That's what I like about cannabis is because there's so many ways to get it inside your body.
exactly.
You can get it in and you can get those benefits. So yeah, um, look into it,
Yes.
research it, Google it.
Yes. Yes. We're advocates for it here, people. Same question for you, BF man. Like, what started your love for cannabis? Where did it begin?
Uh, well, I'm out here in California, so weed has always been readily available. So I started smoking weed here and there in high school, every now and then, like at parties and whatnot, or random school events, whatever it be.
Yeah.
Uh, and then I stopped smoking weed for most of my beginning grown-up life because we had the kids, and then I was doing the mailman thing, and I was all about. But I mean, I would still smoke here and there, but for the most part, I didn't smoke really very much at all. And it wasn't until after I got hurt and I had the surgeries, and then like him, I was on the fucking pills, and they would just give you the pills. They give you the pills. Like people don't realize how easy and how much pills they just actually fucking give you. Like they would like a month supply was a big ass bottle, and
And
I was like, that's
whatever you want to, for real.
oh yeah, oh yeah, because I am like I said, I had the surgery, so for me it was whoa, you're in pain, yeah, no problem, boom, boom, boom,
Yeah. Yeah.
and so that was the deal for a lot of years, and I was dealing with the stress, like I told you, of sometimes not being able to make it and all that, and it having all been a work deal, and then still having to deal with the discipline and the constant threats and this and this and that. Um, until finally I started being off late in the career, like the last couple of years and whatnot. I started being off extended periods of time because my back was just fucking done. Um, and when I was going to be gone months and months, I would smoke weed instead of the pills, and I would feel better.
There you go.
I would feel better not being on those fucking pills and just smoking weed. So then it was just like, no, fuck that. And I stopped taking the pills.
Mm.
And I've just, after that, I've just been smoking weed, more progressively. And now that I'm home all the time, a whole lot. But otherwise, I've always liked getting high. Some of the best times in my life have been when I fucking smoked weed, from the earlier times when I used it just to get high, and the more recent times when I needed it for pain medication. So I'm all about it.
Yeah. That's beautiful, man. What made you become? Because looking at your tweets, looking at stuff you talk about, stuff you say, you're pretty much an advocate. What made you go from just like a smoker to being an advocate?
I just think that it should be thought of in a different light than it is, because the whole gateway drug thing and the whole stigma against it is just total bullshit. And we all know it's total bullshit by now, because the smaller communities want out. The communities, because over here, like I said, where I'm at in California, there's a small community called Santa Cruz, and they've been ahead of this weed thing for many, many years, where the cops weren't even allowed to bust people for weed because they were like, no, fuck that shit. Because, and like, it was like the city made it so that it was like a low grade thing on the cops' agenda, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then California started adapting more here and there, and now we're fully progressive about the whole thing. So that just goes to prove that the stigma is total fucking bullshit, because the moment they made it open, you should see the dispensaries and then the other weed that gets sold here. It's fucking crazy, you know what I'm saying? And so that just proves that the stigma is bullshit.
The stigma is total bullshit. That's one of the things I always try to push with my show, is just try to get rid of the stigma in any way, shape, or form. I'm just here trying to eradicate it, just like you guys are. But my question to you is, so up there now in Cali, everything is it's copacetic. Like, pigs don't trip off it. Like, it doesn't matter. They don't search you for it. They don't ask about it. Nothing at all.
As long as you're usually not doing it within the public right there or whatever. Like, for instance, if you're at your house and you're smoking weed and they're driving by, they don't stop you and be like, oh, you're smoking weed. No, they don't care about that. They just keep rolling on. But if you're out in the public, like at the public park where the kids are, and this, yeah, you're gonna get hassled for shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Now they have a rule here in St. Louis County, where like you can actually ride around with 99 grams. Anything over 99 grams, you're in trouble. But if you got a lot of weed that's not over 100 grams, you're fine. Actually, they decriminalized it a couple of years ago. But I have a question I wanted to ask you. I forgot
This motherfucker. All right.
That's what's up.
One thing I wanted to ask y'all, I'm about to go off the grid right now because it's May. This isn't gonna come out for a couple weeks because I got like a couple episodes and shit already, and so this is gonna come out next month, probably like mid-month. But right now, as we speak, it's May 28th, May 28th, May 29th, May 29th, 2020. I was just up at we got a little Raggedy Sam's Club, not a Raggedy Sam's Club. It was Raggedy. It's getting better. Right up the street from me, right? It's in I live in North County, St. Louis. It's like the black neighborhood. They basically, I went up there right before our interview to get my car washed. The car wash is getting shut down 2 hours before shutdown. Why is it? Well, really, shit, it was five something, so 3 hours. Why is that? Because they're worried about protests going on downtown St. Louis coming out to the county where I live. And because they remember Ferguson and all this. Now during Ferguson and where this Sam's is, it's basically it's almost Ferguson. You could say that where it is, but Ferguson is so big. If you lived up here, you don't consider that part Ferguson, but it kind of is. And they're so worried about this, that, and the third. And when the protests happened in Ferguson a couple years ago with Mike Brown, nothing even happened to that Sam's. No one even went up there. Nothing in that area. It's just, I can just see now with people, with the protests that have been going on, and people in those our people basically pissed the fuck off. And it's not just us protesting this time as well. You know, I saw white people protesting, you know, with Mike Brown, but now I see more white people protesting with Floyd in Minnesota. People in general are sick of this shit. You know what I mean? And they're fucking done. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
I just I just want to know, have y'all been outside today? What's going on in y'all areas? Have you seen any protests? And are you worried about shit? Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because fucking motherfuckers are pissed off, and when people are pissed off and they not being heard, they let it be known. So, you know.
You can't protest in the South, Playboy. Not cause of some race shit. We saw some stuff pop off in Charlotte about 2 or 3 years ago when that young man got killed trying to get his son off the school bus. And whenever that junk happened, they made all those protesters out to be ignorant ass thugs, and the police went and did what they do. In the South, it's almost expected that you're gonna get some shit. Like I put out a video probably about an hour before we got on, just, you know, because I was on Snap and I saw Snap's got this living while black. They want people to share their story, you know, and I'm telling people, like, I put the video up on Twitter, and right before I got on, I think we were like 300 views, because people just don't know. You don't know unless you see it.
Right.
You know, like if you're a white person and you're sitting at home and you've been in your house essentially for the last 3 months.
Bro, they ain't gotta see it to know this shit going on. Like,
Well, no. But here's the thing. They know. But see, that's just it. You don't care. They don't care. They don't have to. They've been in their house safe for months. So when you turn on the news and you see another black man getting killed, you like, you know, the cop was doing what he was supposed to do. It just got out of hand. Nah, that ain't it. So if you follow me, if you follow Tokyo J, I need you to know what the fuck I deal with every day. Like, these tweets that I be putting down, they great. You know, y'all laughing and shit and carrying on, and that's cool. But understand, my black ass can't go outside my house without worrying about some white man putting me down and then getting congratulated for the shit. Like, that's some messed up stuff right there, bro. Look, I'm educated. I got mine. Yes, I smoke, but understand, that ain't bad. I ain't out here touching nobody's kids. I ain't out here rabble-rousing and doing no shenanigans. I'm not out here, you know, slanging poison. All I'm doing is trying to educate cats on peace and love. I'm sitting there trying to tell folks, look, don't get upset because somebody cut you off or because somebody looked at you some kind of way. Every action does not require a reaction. But the thing about it is, people want to react so much. I'm sitting there telling people to look at it the other way. But even though I'm spitting positive, because of my brown face, I gotta look suspicious and shit, right? So my van, I got Fiona, my van, and I call her Fiona the Weed Mobile. She weed green. I got a big ass pot leaf sitting right there in my daggone rearview mirror, beautiful as fuck. And it took a lot for me to even do that, because I know that I'm gonna get attention just because I got that, right? I'm not doing nothing. But they gonna look at me anyway, bro. I got these beads in my beard. They gonna look at me anyway. I got these tattoos on my arm. They want my ass, and I'm educated, so I can tell them what the fuck they doing wrong. So they definitely want me, cuz. And I realize that. That shit eats me up inside. I'm raising my sons to be smarter than me. So my sons got a target on their back. My little girl, they trying to sexualize these little girls, got them doing TikTok videos at 6 years old. What the fuck a little 6-year-old girl doing, shaking her ass on the TikTok video? But that's what they do. They want to sexualize our little black girls. They want them out there shaking ass and shit. They want them in videos and stuff. Not mine. It won't happen today.
Yo, you black for real. You so black I could barely see your black ass on this damn Zoom and shit.
You damn right. I could turn some lights on, but I like this green hue I got going right now.
Oh, okay. I like the little green, little Credible Hope flavor you got going. Okay. It's just, man, this shit make you want to holler, man. How's it, BF? Like, what's happening out there? Like, do you see any is there any protests going on anywhere by you?
Well, not here's the thing. Not right here immediately where I live, but we don't have a strong contingent of black folks. We're mostly Latinos, and then the white folks that own the fields. And so, but in the cities here, in the bigger cities here in California, they're doing the protests like San Francisco, San Jose, Los Angeles, bigger cities, Oakland, things like that. Sacramento, of course, the capital. But like locally right here, no. But don't take that in the wrong way, because it's like I tell Tokyo all the time. Trust me, us Mexicans and all us Latinos, we know that should they ever succeed in getting rid of y'all, we're fucking immediately next. So we stand right next to you in all these issues with this bullshit, because they're gonna do that to us too. There's no like it's first it's gonna be y'all, then it's gonna be us, and then they'll be on the next fucking people. So I tell this guy all the time that I stand with.
You
So
were
yeah, I
saying,
tell them all the time that I stand, and Latinos, trust me, we stand with you, because we know that they don't differentiate between us and y'all. It's the fucking same, and we're going immediately after. Like I said, we don't, and we fucking know it. Like we don't think that like, oh, they're gonna fucking spare us. Like they like, no, no. We
oh,
already know, and locally around here, because there's a lot of gangs and all this and all that, so we get profiled just like everybody else. It's just, you know what I'm saying? They hate on us because we're the ones around here, so it works the same shit.
do they
You know what
get
I'm saying?
physical and shit with y'all?
Oh yeah, and I've been profiled. This I told this guy before. That's why we moved down to where we moved down to, because I've been pulled over too many times rolling around in the city, because I'm unfortunately looking like the profile of what those who do what they do up there do.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit. What? How far are you from? What are you closer to? Sacramento, San Fran, L.A. What are you closer?
Uh, the closest one to us would be San Francisco. It's only a couple hours north from us. LA is 4 hours south from us, and Sacramento is about 3.5 hours north of us.
Okay.
We are right on the coast. We are right on the coast of Central California, Monterey Bay.
So, like, how about so you said San Fran, L.A. Of course, there's protests. Like, is every major city in California are they protesting, or is it just in?
I believe so. I believe that they're all having their own demonstration of some kind. Yes.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, man. This shit is it's disturbing, man. It's disturbing. And the thing that disturbs me is not the uprising. It's the fact that people we feel like we have to keep doing this just to be heard. It's bullshit. They arrested the pig who killed Mr. Floyd today, but and they said in the report, this is the fastest we've ever arrested a police officer ever, for a crime. Why is that? Because of what the fuck happened. The people had to make you do that. It's man.
You got third-degree murder.
Yeah, which is some bullshit. All right, man. So
Oh,
let's.
it's terrible. It's gotten worse. It's just the progression has gone too far.
It has. It's shit. It's just disgusting right now, man. I'm just ready. I'm ready myself physically to make some change. I don't know about anyone else, and I really, really need to see our white folks that we it's supposed to be cool with us on Twitter or in real life, all that. We really need y'all support to start being out here bitching like we are, about this, because y'all need to be on the front lines with this shit, which I've seen they are in Minnesota. Like, saw a lot of people on the front lines up there. I was shocked. I was shocked.
Part of that is because it is Minnesota. I have been there.
Yeah.
Not a lot of pepper.
Not a lot of pepper.
Some, not a lot of pepper.
All right, man. Well, this is gonna be a kind of weird transition because we're going from some real shit to fucking something we don't even have right now, sports. But man, where are you guys at with it? Tokyo, I know. So your show definitely has to be about cannabis now because you said you had a sports show before and you ain't watched a game in 2 years. What the fuck is that about?
Last game that I watched, and it's hilarious. The last game that I watched was when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, and the only reason I watched that game, and I didn't watch any of the regular season leading up to it. I had actually stopped when Carolina had went to the Super Bowl before. I had a little show called the Tokyo. It was like Getting High with Tokyo or something like that, where I was actually, smoking and talking sports. And as an Eagles fan at the time, I actually spent more time talking about the Carolina Panthers because at that time, Carolina was undefeated. Cam was getting the MVP love, but he was also getting a lot of hate because of the dabbing and all that stuff. So I'm defending this man a lot. So then that pro season happens, and I don't know if y'all remember the controversial call that happened with the Patriots. Like, I can remember exactly what was going on. Like, it's crazy. There was a controversial call with the Patriots in the postseason. I think Slater, the wide receiver, was involved in that. And I hopped on Twitter.
Slater's the corner. Slater's
Say
the
again?
corner. Slater's the corner. Come on, man.
So yeah. But nonetheless, Slater was involved in the, with the coin flip.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So when the coin
thing with the at the Super Bowl.
No. It was in the postseason. It was a postseason game. It wasn't a Super Bowl. It was a postseason game. There was a mix-up with the call. Patriots still ended up winning the game. But when I went on Twitter, New England Patriots fans, I'm talking cats that call themselves Patriots fans, were calling that cat Slater the N-word and everything else. And I'm like, yo, this is supposed to be a dude on y'all team. We talking about sports, right? Sports is supposed to be the unifier. The thing that says,
He messed up and they got the coin. They won the coin.
Right. Right.
Yeah, he caught a lot of heat for that. Yeah.
He caught a lot of heat for that. So I was like, you know what? It got me to start thinking. Kaepernick had already been taking his knee for a year, and I'm seeing all the hate coming to him for that. And he's saying it's not about the military, and they still want to make it about the military so that they can really say, get up, stop taking a knee for these black folks. But they tried to make it about the military. So it's like, okay, so I'm seeing all this stuff, and I'm realizing it's bullshit. Everybody's saying that sports is supposed to be this unifier. When 9/11 happened, let's get back to sports so we can stop thinking about the bullshit. Fuck y'all. Y'all on some bullshit. Like, it's absolute bullshit to think that two people that live as neighbors, one can like Carolina and one can like Duke. And whenever Carolina and Duke play each other, they hate each other. Like, how does that make sense? That's your fucking neighbor. That's your brother. Like, that makes no sense to me.
That's sports, bro. That's how sports work.
But that's just it, though, bro. That's just it. Answer me this question. What does it mean, really? If the Lakers and the Bulls, if it were possible for LeBron James to play the 1993 Bulls with Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, if it were possible, what does that mean for you? Not shit. It doesn't matter.
Play each other. I would lose my fucking mind. I would enjoy it. You know what it would do for me? It would give me supreme joy. Are you crazy?
Okay. You get supreme joy. You get to watch that. You get to watch that game. You get to watch that game. Does it do anything for your pocket?
Shit, if I could sell tickets to it, hell yeah, I'd be the richest motherfucker ever.
No, but that's just it. You. I'm talking real world stuff. You yourself won't make a dime off the NFL or the NBA. You don't get nothing from it. You spend your money to go to the grocery store and buy beer and chicken wings and everything to watch a game, and then you either gonna be happy or pissed off at the end of it. You sitting down next to somebody who call themselves your friend, will cheer for your brother or your son whenever they get drafted, and let them make a mistake. Let them get arrested, and the first thing they're gonna say is, "That's another motherfucking nigga." That's it. That's all they gonna say. I'm tired of the bullshit, fam.
Okay, hold on. Let me jump in here. Let me jump in.
Go ahead.
Because I'm on the opposite end of this. Okay, look.
Yeah, me too.
I watch sports. I fucking love this shit, okay? But I look at it as what it is. To me, oh no, what he's saying is not wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying what he's saying is wrong. I'm just saying that I don't judge they're all just fucking people. I don't give a fuck. This is why I was telling you earlier, I just watch the games as a means of entertainment, and I don't learn the players like that, like off the field. And I could give a fuck. Those are just human beings when they're not entertaining me. I watch them like I watch a TV show, and I don't glorify any. Some of them, I have favorite players kind of like you have favorite characters on a TV show. You know what I'm saying? I just use it as entertainment. Their lives and all that shit off the field and all, they're human beings. They're gonna fuck up. They're gonna do whatever they're gonna do, and it's just that's the way it's gonna be. They're actual human fucking beings. But when they're and this is why I don't get mad if they win or if they lose, because I just hope that they get mad if they win or if they lose. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, with that, that's all I care. It's like, does it matter to you? Yeah. But
Why?
to me,
Why?
it's just like whatever if they win or if they lose in the end, because yeah, he's right. It doesn't affect my. And I still like back in the day, I had to go to work the next day. You know what I'm saying? Okay,
Right.
we were off Sunday, and it's like, oh, they lost, and now I'm gonna go be mad. I'm like, no, fuck that. No, they lost on Sunday. That's their bad. They suck. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, that guy, he sucked. That's my fault. Fuck that guy. Like,
If when the Bears lost to the Colts in the Super Bowl, the next day you were okay, you wasn't upset.
no, well, yeah, I was upset, but I don't take it like that's upset because that's more upset at the fact that I would have been really happy if they won. You know what I'm saying? But but
So let
that
me.
but like I don't take it personal to myself because I used to do that. I used to do that when I played fantasy football because I would get mad that, oh, I fucking played the wrong guy, this and that. So I just stopped playing because I couldn't fucking deal with the negative that it was bringing, that I was actually involved in it that much, you know, like looking like who's going to play this week, who's he going to be matched up against, blah blah blah. It started to take away from just the fact that I like to watch the game. Ultimately, I really don't care. I want one team to win. I want the Bears to win, but I don't care if they fucking lose. I didn't lose anything. They don't pay me. They don't pay me to cheer for them. You know what I'm saying? So I don't take it so personal, and I don't judge them for the on and off it because, dude, they're human beings. I fuck up, they fuck up, everybody fucks up. Somebody else could do the judging. I'm not gonna fucking do the judging on these people's private lives. Now, there are certain things that are against like all nature rules, like what we were talking about earlier with the mailman and shit like that. You know that there are certain things that are definite fucking no go. But other than that, like I don't, this guy, he gets all mad because they do get judged the way they do over like a DUI and shit like that. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck if that guy gets a DUI. I can get a DUI. You know what I'm saying?
They get over scrutinized for everything. And one thing,
Yeah.
Tokyo, I agree. And BF, I'm kind of on your side of it, of course. But Tokyo, and I agree with you. The only thing I would disagree with you in is that if what is it? If you play and you, oh fuck, I'm assuming I lost my point. If the love that I get from sports, that's enough for me, man. That's why I pay attention to it. That's why I do what I do. That's why I spend the money I spend on it. I love to represent. I love to take the money that I went off for somebody, take that money and buy a shirt of my team. You know why? Because that fool just paid for it. I love to do that shit and then go back and tell them. You know what I'm saying? I hate the fact when I got to pay somebody else because I lost because they could do the same thing to me. You know, I'm like my man said, you get so close to a Super Bowl and you lose, the next day you pissed off. You know what I'm saying? I pay attention to sports. You're right, but if you're smart though, you pay attention to fantasy, you gamble, you can make money just like they make money. Now, of course, I'm not making the type of bread that such and such is going to make in the NBA or NFL or MLB game, but I may make something. But I don't give a fuck if I make a dime off of sports, bro. I have a love for sports. It's deep. I was raised with it. You know what I'm saying? I was raised with that shit. I collect motherfucking basketball cards, fam. You know what I mean? I just found some old ones.
Man, I have football
I
cards.
did
That's
too.
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
did
for real.
too.
Bro, I just found some in my aunt's basement and shit. I pulled them shits out. I got like sheets and shit from Amazon. I got a whole new binder. I'm throwing them. I got like 3 Jordan cards that's worth $1,200. You know what I'm saying? I'm hype as fuck. But it's just I got a love for that shit. It's deep. I was raised with it. So it's just like I don't give a fuck how much money I hope they make a good amount of money because them cats are giving them their lives and they don't have forever to play. You know what I'm saying? Everybody thinks that, oh, just because you were in the NFL or MLB or this, you were a millionaire. How are they millionaires? In the NFL, I think the minimum contract is like $900,000. That's $900,000. Then you got to pay your agent. Then you got to pay this. Then you got to pay that. Then you got to buy your mom a house. Then you got to get you a house. Then you got to get her a car. You got to get you a car. You know what I mean? Like, shit, you ain't getting no fucking $1 million. Like, just number one, too much hate on the players. They never hold the players up. They put too much hate on the players and never enough emphasis on owners. And number two, not enough African Americans in management and ownership in all the major sports. The NBA is the only league that's progressive. That's why I love the NBA so much. They're the only league that's progressive in that fact. But other than that, none of the other leagues are. But I still love my sports. Now, I tell you this, though, Tokyo, I say fuck sports when people forget local fucking government. When people forget local government, state government, and national government, and they know more about the fucking quarterback on they high school fucking team or they college team than they know about their mayor. That's fucking sad. That's when sports need to take a fucking back seat. I'm with you on it because that's just sad, and that's how we end up in bullshit where we are right the fuck now.
Big fact.
The system is broken. One thing that I will say about LeBron James, and I respect him more for the stuff he does off the court. I like the show that he has on HBO, The Shop. I think it's phenomenal. And I watch that all day. I watch 30 for 30s because I like seeing stuff that I watched when I was in the game, when I was watching it. I played ball up through my sophomore year in college. So it's not like I wasn't there. I collected cards just like y'all. What I'm saying is now that I've taken a step back, I'm able to see some of the hypocrisy of it all. These cats, and I'm not knocking these men for making the money that they make, but we as a society, we glorify the wrong shit. We're going to say that an NBA player should have to go to college for X amount of years. In order for you to go to college, you have to first graduate high school. Our teachers on a local level don't get paid enough. The school system is not set up to be successful. So we want these black boys to either A, be an athlete, or B, go to jail and get the hell out the way. That's the way the system is set up. So I cannot glorify sports because sports is a tool that is being used to keep us back. Yes, it is going to help a small percentage be able to get out of the situation that they're in, but ultimately, you think about it. You're raising your kid to be an athlete. If he's good in sports, he's going to go to school, and those teachers are going to give him leeway. They're going to make it. They're going to give him. You know, they're going to take care of him. They're going to help him with the grades. And what does that do for the guy? What does that do for the athlete? Nothing. It doesn't teach them how to learn. It doesn't prepare them for the for college and or anything like that. What it does is it shows them that if you are good at a sport, then you will get love. And the moment that you do something that they don't want you to do, they will turn their back on you. And all that is doing is setting our black children up for failure because the percentage of them that can actually go pro is so small. But yet we're giving them this pipe dream that this is the only way that they're going to be able to make it out. Focus on school. They can't take my degree away from me. I am 4 classes away from my master's. If I ever decide to go back, that's something that they can't take away from me. All I'm saying is we need to reevaluate the way we look at things. LeBron James said it best whenever they lost to the Dallas Mavericks. For all y'all hating on me, I'm going to wake up tomorrow and still be LeBron James, and you're going to wake up to the bullshit that you got to deal with. So like I'm saying, he knows what it is. I do too.
He just said that because it was something. I get what you're saying. But don't take away sports, bro. Sports is a tool. We already don't have enough tools as it is, for people of color and, wherever the fuck we at. So if that's one more tool that you can use to get yourself out of a fucked up situation, I don't know what BF think. I think that's a tool that should be used.
Well, actually, I hate to cut him off. Actually,
you gonna get through your thought?
Kids do realize that they have way more options than it seems. The stereotype that's out there that is mainly only sports the entertainment that our kids get pushed into, that actually is the stereotype that needs to be put to rest. Simply because when you think of just like STEM program, which is science, technology, electronics, and I think math or engineering and math. When you think about that, when you think about the fact that if you ever just like were to Google minorities in STEM, you'll see where that's where all of the money and all of the future jobs are at. Now, the problem, like you were saying, is the reevaluation and the reprogramming that needs to be done. When you have your child in school, once your child starts to hit middle school, you pretty much need to be, as the parent, steering them towards those type of programs, because you already know this is where the money is laying at. You get too many kids who go to college, and if you've ever been to a college graduation, this person has a business degree. This one has a business degree. Their business degrees, sometimes they may not be specific enough, or sometimes you have many times where you have kids who will go get a degree where they can't make money in that field, or they don't know how to go about making money in that field. You see what I'm saying?
So you say you'd rather them go to STEM programs or do sports? Because you a coach, so what are you saying?
Even with me coaching, I would still prefer my player do something when you're leaving, trying to go away to school, whatever program, whatever level you're trying to make it at, still do something geared towards STEM.
Exactly.
That's where the money is.
Yeah.
So when you find yourself at a point where I've had players who be like, Coach, I'm going to take a year off. Well, like I always tell them, just don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Please just keep pushing towards the dream. But if you're going to take a year off, you want to be able to be in a field where, you know what I'm saying, you're going to be able to live.
So have something to back you up. You have a backup plan.
But a lot of the parents don't know when they have the real young ones that's where the money lies. And we get so many kids who get steered towards the same kind of things, like she's going to go to nursing school, or he's going to go to the service, or he's going to major in business. I had one former player who was so smart, dog. He majored in human resources. Well, I told him, like, man, hey, you're going to always be able to get a job. Because these are the people who handle things when people get hired.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a genius move.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can go. That's the whole plan.
Yeah.
Your point. You want to be able to go anywhere within the country, right, and be gainfully employed or get a career, not just stuck to I got to live here because I'm working here or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But if the child at that young adult age doesn't know to open their brain up, because they haven't been taught at a young age to open their brain up completely, and don't be just so pigeonholed into hood thinking and the hood way of doing things. Because like we've all realized as grown men, they should have been teaching us finance in fucking middle school, not just high school. It should have been an introduction in middle school. Then we should have had finance at least 2 years in high school.
Yeah.
It just did us just fucking crazy. It's like no, and we think about it, no curriculum had finance nationwide, unless you had I don't even know if some private schools had finance classes.
You know, speaking of that, they want to talk shit about Cuba, and they got so mad at Bernie for bringing up Cuba's educational system. How come kids in Cuba do fucking algebra in grade school? They do algebra in grade school, y'all.
We did algebra in grade school.
The fuck? But you special though. You in a special class. This motherfucker was in special class, well, and not special as in slow, special as in smart. I know he don't look it,
right,
but she told you said right. Yo, BF, you still with us? BF,
Yeah, for me, there's too much positive that sports that comes out of sports. So I can't hate on sports, but I also, like I said, I don't glorify anybody or like all the sports like that. Like those dudes, they're just dudes. Like in real life, they're just people. I watch them. I love what they do. They entertain me. and I think it's awesome. Some of them don't do so awesome all the time, and yeah, that pisses me off. But that's more because you're just into it or whatever. But people get into all kind like people get into their soap operas and shit and get pissed off at their soap operas. So the sports is my soap operas, you know what I'm saying? And then I like to watch fucking wrestling. And if I
Wrestling is
figure
what soap opera.
so I figure if you watch wrestling, I mean, then you pretty much can watch anything, you know what I'm saying? And I'm been entertained by wrestling since I was a kid, and I love watching sports. And I've seen too much positive in sports, like on a small level, like watching my son and his classmates when they have to do the Special Olympics and stuff. You should see how like that's like the best fucking day of the year for them. So to see the
That's different.
excitement.
That's
I
different.
know I get that, but I'm just saying, and I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong, but I'm just saying, for me, I see too much positive in it to hate it. But again, I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong. I believe 100%, and I do. I feel that way. That I mean, it's almost like another version of slave ownership because you're just being used to fucking entertain. But whatever. Um,
BF, you say that you said your kids get super excited on was WrestleMania? What was it?
no, when they go to the Special Olympics.
Oh, that's tight.
Yeah,
Oh,
'cause my son has autism, and so once a year
I
they
does
do.
too.
So once a year they do the Special Olympics,
Oh,
and to see how it affects those kids that day, because
yeah,
like I said, that's the best fucking day of the year for them,
right.
and so that's why I can't be mad at sports. You know what I'm saying? Because sports has some positive ass shit to it.
Yeah,
And then the how you learn to be teammates and how you learn to fucking function as a unit, all that shit is important. So I can't be mad at sports, but that doesn't mean that I don't agree with what he's saying. He is saying shit that's actually real.
true. I tell you right now, one thing I personally have right now is a fucking. I just kind of have a not easy feeling with the NFL. With this, they refuse to hire people of color for management positions. They have a few. Don't get me wrong. They have a few as presidents. They have no ownership, but they don't have hardly any as GMs and presidents. But yet, 70% of their players are black. Now they have to put in basically affirmative action on themselves just to hire more people of color
But
for
see,
high level
I, I,
positions in the NFL.
I
That's
gotta call.
so
I'm
sad.
calling shenanigans on that, man.
Oh my God, bruh.
I'm I, I'm just all right. So let me ask you a question, bro. Like, I think
Plus the passion that's been going on with them, it makes me just like the NFL, like I still haven't forgave them on the Kaepernick shit. Why is Kaepernick? Why does he not have a job? Like that's some
no,
bullshit. Right here.
totally,
Facts.
totally. My thing. All right, so
Fuck.
when I was a fan, I'm right there with you. Like, why don't I have representation? Why don't I have more representation in coaches, general managers, ownership? But then now that I've taken a step back, right? I'm taking a step back. Oh, the great. If you own a team, you should be able to hire whoever the fuck you want, and can't nobody tell you otherwise. This is my house. I should be able to decide who comes in my house and does work. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but that's the God, the honest truth. How can I tell you how to hire? How can I do it?
Where do
You're a
you work
billion-dollar
at?
corporation.
Where do you work at? Where do you work at?
You're a billion-dollar corporation.
Exactly.
No, look, I get it. I totally get it. I understand because I want to see people like me on TV so that my sons can see people like us in positions
Facts.
other than just running some shit. I want to see them wearing a suit and looking good. So I'm right there with y'all. I'm just saying, if you're an owner of something, how can I tell you how to hire?
Because you're only hiring people that look like you. You're not giving everyone a fair chance. I don't give a fuck if you're the owner. And also, too, guess what? You're under this conglomerate called the NFL.
There's labor law.
This ain't your shit. Yeah, also,
Right.
there's labor
There's
laws for
laws
that.
against
Real
that.
life affirmative action, bro.
It's like-
I'll let you. My bad. I want to say this real quick, bro. I'm so glad I'm so glad the government didn't feel like the way you feel. And if you ever get a business, Tokyo, you better not fucking do this shit because it sounds like you want to do it. I'm so glad the government didn't agree with you because if it wasn't for the government having affirmative action, bro, me, you, all of us on this thing right now would not be working. The government had to force these companies to hire people of color, bro. Literally, it was called affirmative action. So they're putting that basically on themselves. How can you be against that? Or, I mean, come on now. I mean,
So think about this for a second, cuz. All right, we're talking about the NFL, we're talking about the NBA. When you're saying that you're upset with the NFL because they don't have enough representation, whenever they do hire somebody, it's scrutinized to the nth degree by the media because of the hire that it is. It just all of it sucks. All of it sucks. So I would much rather not even worry about it at all. I don't even want to worry about it. I don't know who's got hired. I don't know who's got drafted. That world doesn't exist to me because it's not fair. It's never going to be fair. So I much rather not even look at that. I don't want to look at it.
That's a horrible stance because if you look at it like, oh, it's not fair, it'll never be fair. Let me just put my head in the sand and it'll just. I'm not gonna worry with it. How's it gonna get fixed, fam? We gotta bitch about it till the shit get fixed.
Bruh, I only got so many years of life. I've only got so many years of life. I told you, I tried to take my own life. And then after I did that, and I got back together and I said, you know what? Every day is a dream. Every day is a gift. I tried to kill my life and I tried to take my life and I failed. So every day is a gift. 6 months later, I had a heart attack and almost died. So trust when I tell you, I do not give a fuck about the NBA or the NFL, bro. Every day is spent for my family. I'm not going to take not one more Sunday watching football all day and not spending time with my kids. Sunday Funday is real, cuz. So trust and believe, I do not care. If it ain't going on in my house, it ain't shit. That's me.
Anyone who would actually argue against that now, knowing that more, that it would make it's crazy to argue against that because, like you say, those are it's not even. It would be wrong to even use the word extreme life example. Those were just like you say, motherfucker. Those just straight real life examples. You know what I'm saying? Shit happens. So. And it's truly, totally understandable. Matter of fact, it's actually commendable because when you know the level of, when you know the place that, hold on, before, let me hit this.
Hit that, man, hit that.
When you know, as a young black male, when you know the level of pride that we take in sports, just in everyday conversation and different things like that, because that's one of the things that we got to hold on to, like as far as heroes and different things of that nature. Just how we just bullshit with each other. You know what I'm saying? As a young male, and then to continuously have to be living with that, and to actually then be like, you know what, I'm cutting that off. Oh, that's hard. That's super hard to do, and commendable, like I said, because I was at a point before where I didn't want to look at something, and I didn't want to look at football. Even though I'm a huge Cowboys
fan. Stop lying.
No.
You ain't never got to that point.
Oh, no.
Shots fired.
Oh, yeah. Around. Dude, done.
It's my first time hearing this, but he could be right because I
was straight done.
I'm
like you. I'm like, hey, hold up. No, we don't roll like that. We don't play like that. When it comes to what we talking about,
oh man,
that's what made me such a fan of Shannon Sharpe. Because when Cap was first going through what he was going through, he was seriously really breaking down and explaining things on television.
He was.
And it was like, we needed somebody to be able to explain it from that point of view. Because he got a huge platform. Motherfuckers, but it's just the way he was doing it. And just knowing what you had to go through, like I said, as far as that happening, and then 6 months later, there come another test, and it's like, damn, I'm still here. Oh, man, I got to do. I'm finna refocus and man, it's hard to
Priorities. Priorities, cuz that's what it's all about. Priorities, man. I rank stuff, and if it's not, look, cuz I'm letting y'all know, my dad died at 36 years old. He was 36 when he passed away. I was 19, my dad was 36. So I'm like, nothing's promised. We are delicate. We're delicate. We could get into a car accident and it'll be a wrap. So I still have my fun, you know. I spend my time with my kids, and if I'm not with my kids, I'm with my queen. That's my wife. I'm with her, and we're enjoying each other's company because every day I take my life into my hands when I go to work. Every day my kids are being put in harm's way whenever they leave my house. My wife, whenever she goes to the grocery store, she's putting her life in her hands and hoping that something bad isn't going to happen. So every time that I can spend with them, that's what's important, man.
All right, man. Well, that sounds dope, man. I totally understand that. What do y'all have on the horizon for the podcast, man? What's happening with it? What's going on
Woo.
what's going on?
More and more stuff every day, man. I mean,
Coach said, what you smoking on?
Oh, well, nothing at the moment because I smoked out 3 of them blunts early. But we got some Durban. I've been smoking on Durban now for about a week. I got that Durban poison down here, man. So we're gonna roll up. Me and the wife gonna roll up some more. She and I actually have a podcast called Married Conversations. And my queen and I, we talk about real world stuff. One of my favorite shows that we did is called Where Do I Put My Anger? And it dissects how people will go out and treat their coworkers great, but then come back home and treat their spouse like shit. I love having this show. So once we get off, she and I are gonna actually have a show where we have a rolling contest. We're gonna see who can roll the J the fastest. And
West Side.
so yeah, we're getting ready to do that after we get off with you guys, man. And so that's that. But
How long have you had that one?
Married Conversations, we've been doing it now for about a year. We did about 10 episodes last year. And we break it up where sometimes it's just me and her talking, and then other times we'll get other married couples in and talk to them about some of the stuff that they deal with. Because what we realize, no two marriages are the same. And I think if everybody looks at marriage differently, if everybody says, I don't have to have this marriage like what I saw on TV, and if you look at your spouse as your best friend and understanding that they're going to change, there wouldn't be so much divorce. I think there's divorce because people have an expectations of what marriage is supposed to be. And if it doesn't achieve that, if you're not keeping up with the Joneses, well, we got to get out, you know, and it doesn't always need to be that way. You know, divorce doesn't need to be the first option. So yeah, we've been doing that show for about a year. We're just now getting ramped back up. That show I think has like 1,000 views. And we're thankful for everyone. We're thankful for every view.
That's what's up. That's beautiful, man. Where can we find those podcasts? Where can we find those podcasts?
So Married Conversations is on everything. It's on Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Google Podcasts. The Smoke Show is on everything except for iTunes. We're awaiting approval on that one. And I think once we get on iTunes, it's only going to send us further into the stratosphere. I am excited for the potential, and linking up with BF, man. Linking up with BF was awesome because he gets my vibe, man. So yeah, y'all. As long as BF is gonna stay on me to keep my mental health straight, man. Because I'm crazy as fuck. So as long as he keep me good, then I think the sky's the limit for us, man. For real.
No doubt. I was definitely jumping back over to BF before we get up out of here. BF, what are you smoking on right now, bro? I know you last time you usually keep packs, bro. Like,
yes.
What the fuck?
He deep.
Look, I happen to be blessed. My wife smokes, so that in its own is fucking awesome. And she smokes, and she's a professional. Okay, I consider myself a connoisseur. I consider my wife a professional. And we are blessed that her family, they do the thing, so it works out. Yeah, so that's all. But otherwise, this here is a king palm with wedding cake, and there's just a whole bunch of shit in these jugs here for later. That's I don't like to roll on Saturdays and Sundays when she's home, and she like Toke knows my old lady. She likes them already ready to go. She don't like you
Yep.
fucking around. She likes shit ready to go. So Fridays, that's usually how that shit kind of has to go. And then
Man,
like
her shit
we
be
have
ready.
blunts with cookies weed because that's her favorite. That's a company that's a little north of us in San Francisco, and that's like a popular company. And so we have blunts of that inside, but that's her stuff.
Wow. Free rolls from there, or you just get it from there? You just roll your blunts with it.
Oh no, we have to buy. We buy the eighths and then I roll them up.
Damn, that's what's up. What? How many King Leafs do you go through a night?
Tell the truth, bro. Tell the truth. Look, we had one smoke. Look, we had one smoke. Listen to me. We had one smoke where we sitting there chilling. I think we were on the phone for like an hour and a half. This dude easily smoked like 17 fucking joints.
Wait, huh?
There, I don't know how many I smoke a night. All right, that's an unfair question, but just in this time here with you,
Yeah.
I have let's see,
Count them, motherfucker.
six king palms in the ashtray. This one right here, and one, two, three, five joints.
Yeah.
6 King Palms and 5 joints, and them joints are them like them cones you roll.
Yeah.
My dude is a damn train, cuz he's a fucking train.
Wow. Yeah, you ain't see this dude. He been constantly playing. I'm gonna tell you like this. When we go down, because I tell you one thing, what needs to happen is all of us, we need to have a GDC. Remember, you heard it here first. We need to have a GDC meetup when all this shit is over at a fucking cannabis resort. And when they have that smoke contest, I'm putting all my money on BF. BF, just please enter the motherfucker, man. And please make sure we do it at the same time. Because you're going to get a paid. Man, real talk. I can't wait. Have y'all heard those cannabis fucking spas and shit? Cannabis resorts they got?
Yeah.
Man, I want to
Bucket list, baby.
infiltrate those, man. I want to go to one, man.
We need to do I want to do like a festival or something, man. Like we got so many people in this cannabis community that are in the podcasting game and the entertainment game. Like I'm thinking if you take a weekend and you get, as many people from Memberville and GDC and just the cannabis community together, you got musical talent that can perform, you got podcasters that can do shows, like you can fill up a weekend with content and it'll just be great. People coming together in love. We can meet in one of these free states, man. I'm saying I'm down.
Yo, right on, man. That could be something put on the docket for 2021, 2022. For real, for real.
We got to do it right.
I say 2022 to do it all the way right and to make it right. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
We are the people to make that happen. You say if you want something to be done, you gotta work at it, right? When I was saying I was turning a blind eye, you say, nah. I'm saying I want to make this thing happen. I'm talking to the people that need to help me make this happen.
That's what's up. All right. Shit. What you mean? You mean you talking to the people right now?
I'm saying right now, y'all are podcasters in the game. Y'all, there's no reason why y'all can't be in the groundworks with me trying to make this happen. That's what I'm saying. This right now, this conversation is building towards something in 2022.
Facts.
I knew exactly where he was going, but my high ass wanted to bring him backwards for some dumb ass reason. But man, can I tell you, man, this has been a really good conversation. Like I feel closer to y'all after this shit.
That's what's up.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. Thanks for having us, man. We appreciate it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yo, thank you for stopping by, man. This was great. I want to do this again. Please have me on y'all show.
Oh, definitely.
Please have us on the show. Have me on the show. I know when I'm on, it's just a smoke show. The smoke show with Tokyo Jameson and BF. I know I'm I made it.
That's what's up. Nice.
Hey, that you know what? I'll take that. I'll take that.
You know what I mean?
And if that's the case, then we gonna make that shit happen sooner rather than later. Because me and BF been talking about being on with you and Coach for about 2 weeks now. So the fact that we here, I'm saying we can make this smoke show happen like within the next 48 hours. Y'all ain't said nothing but a word to us.
All right,
Facts.
you free? Because he got to work tomorrow. I ain't got to work till next week. Praise God. So we can.
I'm saying, look, all we got is weed and time.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, shit, we'll make that happen then. We will make that happen.
Bet.
Yo, just want to say thank you again. Thank you to Coach. Thank you to our awesome guests, man. These cats was outstanding today. They came with that knowledge. They came with that realness. Shout out to Tokyo. Shout out to BF. He's a Bears fan for real, for real. Love y'all, man. Thank you, everybody who listens to High Off the Glass. I just want to say, everybody who's paying attention to the show, we appreciate y'all. We know we feel y'all. We feel the love. And thank you to these guys for being by, man. I just want to say peace. Keep smoking. All right, we out, man. Keep hooping, keep smoking. We out. Peace.